Hi there. They call me the governor. Welcome to my State of the Dead address. Now, I see already a few people are here in the chat and talking to me. Maxon says C. I have to say D, I guess. TW Scenes says that I killed Merle. In my defense, it was self-defense, so, And I had to taste his fingers. Come on. And Iraqi Monster says, hello, mate. So, hello, Iraqi Monster. Iraqi Monster. I can talk, I swear. You would think I'm almost from England and trying to talk in a southern accent. So, I wanted to talk about Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead. And maybe a little bit about the world beyond. So, first thing I want to talk about is this last season that we just had. Good evening, Solon. We just had this great season of Fear the Walking Dead. Now let me tell you about my thoughts on The Walking Dead, the spin-off, the Fear the Walking Dead. When it first came out, I watched the first season. And I thought, I hate everybody. I mean, I'm kind of like, hating everybody anyway. But I have to say that with Fear the Walking Dead, I just really didn't connect with any of the characters. Then they turned around and they brought Morgan in. I watched a little bit of that and I thought it was all right. And John Dory, he was the man. Bear with me 1 second. I just want to check my audio because it looks like it's a little weird. I don't know if it's sounding weird to you guys. Should be all right. I hope I'm coming through loud and clear. Let me know in the chat if I'm sounding okay to you guys. But really, I saw John Dory. He was awesome. I saw all these new characters coming in. It was great. Then I saw season 5. Not so great. I mean, the annoying kids. The season 5 just the radioactive biters were kind of cool, but overall, the first part of season 5, okay. The second part, sheesh, how many documentaries can they make? Damn. So I did not like. Thank you. The system is rigged. I did not like season 5. And the only reason I watched season 6 was for you folks, so I could react and make fun of it further. But imagine my pleasant surprise when season 6 turned out to be fucking awesome. Oh, by the way, this video is not meant for kids, so there will be fucking swearing. And Julie, thank you. Thank you for letting me know it sounds good. I would hate for you guys to hear horrible sounds from me. That didn't sound right. But anyway, season 6 was great. First half, I was a little surprised that they only released the first 7, but I think they're learning a lesson. They're trying to scale it to where the story makes sense. So they didn't release 8 episodes because it wasn't necessary to release 8 episodes. And then when we got episode 8, my God, they killed John Dory. Well, Dakota killed him. So I am not sad at her passing. Yes, some people have commented that she was a screwed up kid. Maybe she could have been rehabilitated, like Charlie, who I'll never forgive for Nick. Maybe she could have been fixed. But I think the damage was done. I don't think Dakota was very easily going to be redeemed, if at all. And after Teddy got his hooks into a man. Shout out to John Glover. Awesome guy. Awesome actor. He really made us hate Teddy. He really gave us the pedophile vibes. But in real life, he is a gentleman, an awesome man, a goofball, actually. So it's great. So the ending of season 6. I know some people were a little confused, as was I. I am not an expert on what would happen with nuclear bombs. I know there are various sizes of warheads, different megatonnages. You know, it's possible that you could see the explosion and not die. It's possible that you could see the explosion and be flash fried. Bye, Dakota! But I don't know exactly what they're going to go about. I'm actually a little surprised with all these explosions. You would think that it would affect the weather for the entire country. And that would actually cause problems with the main show. But this is in the past, and they never mentioned anything about any weird weather patterns. Unless they're going to retrofit it in. So I was a little amazed that they didn't the explosions. And can we take a moment to talk about Victor Strand? If they're not setting him up for a villain, I don't know what the hell they're doing. But from day one, he's always been about himself. Now he's really about himself. So I definitely think that they're setting him up for something really evil. You know, not on my level. Though I was never evil. I just had my own agenda. I'm going to go to the chat for a moment, take a look and see what you find people are saying. Good evening, Sullivan. Vivian says, they're late, watching from the beginning. Well, I hope you caught up. But welcome, Vivian. The CRM appearance was amazing. That was again by Iraqi Monster. One day I'll be able to say that easily. Yeah, I thought bringing in the CRM, though, it's not necessarily the CRM, it's Al's girlfriend, which I think is awesome to see Isabel again. Whether or not it's going to tie into the rest of the CRM, or if she's going to just fly them to safety, drop them off, and then go report back in to her superiors as if nothing happened. You know, just say, hey, I was flying around, I saw some explosions, but I didn't pick up anybody. You know, I'm not sure what their relationship is at this point. I am very curious to find out, but seeing the CRM, I'm not sure if we're going to see anything of Rick. We're not going to, I don't know if we're going to explore that further, but some people are theorizing CRM could be the villain of the next episode. Is the CRM going to become, or the next season rather, is the CRM going to become the villain of everybody? That would be something. Let me get back here. Rocky Monster says, I can barely remember the past seasons. To be honest, I try to block out most of season 5. There were some good seasons. I have to admit, I haven't watched all the old episodes of Fear the Walking Dead because I was so disgusted after season 1, and I tried first episode of season 2, and I'm just like, nope, not going to do it. When we talk about World Beyond, though, you want to talk about disgust. Vivian says, Dakota, I really enjoyed her character, and what a great actress. I want to make something clear. I despise Dakota, but she was an awesome character, and the actress who played her did an amazing job. I am thrilled if I get to meet her. I will definitely congratulate her on a job well done. You know, blaming actors for the character's actions, never cool. I think she did wonderful, and I hope to see her in other things. I hope she goes very far, because I think she's got a lot of talent. Because she definitely made us hate her, which is, I think, her job. All right. Galileo Wayne. Hold on, I'm sorry, I skipped a little bit. System is rigged. Agreed, liked as a villain very much. The FBI says, hello there, beautiful man. Well, hello to you, too. And Julie says, the only thing Dakota got crispy because of how close she was to where the bomb went off. Which, if Teddy was trying to survive in his little bunker thing, that wasn't a great way to plan out that impact. let's see. Galileo Wayne says, what do you think about Morgan and Grace? Well, you put Grease, but it's Grace. Voice of Tech sucks. Do you think they were far enough away? Greetings from Ecuador. Love your work. Thank you so much. My greetings back to Ecuador. Glad you're tuning in and glad you enjoy what I have to offer. I love reacting and I love entertaining you folk. And I also love doing the panels with the other reactors because they are awesome as well. I don't know, Morgan and Grace. I mean, if Morgan dies painfully from radiation exposure, it would make sense. But I don't know that they're going to actually do that. They might be far enough away. Grace might come up with a way to help mitigate the effects so that they can actually survive. But I don't know. I'm not an expert in what would happen with a nuclear bomb. They did not really have any shelter. Most of the others were either out of the way or they had some kind of shelter. A storm cellar may not have been the best, but Sherry and Dwight hiding in that storm cellar, that probably kept them out of a lot of the direct radiation. It's the fallout that's going to get them. But yeah, as far as them surviving, were they far enough away? I don't know. I hope so, but it doesn't appear with all the bombs exploding around them that they should survive. All right, the chat's blowing up, as a friend of mine likes to say. Portal Nerd says, I don't think he'll be a villain, but maybe more antagonistic. Strand, I don't know. I think they're grooming him for something. And maybe he'll just be a rival, but that is really... I can't see him ever going back to the group after what he did to Morgan. I think Alicia's going to disown him, which is going to be the final snap for him to become a villain. She was the only connection. StarHacker597, love the reaction videos. Thank you so much. I love making them. Tune in for Season 11 of The Walking Dead, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, I hope. And there's going to be some changes, but I think you're going to like them. That's all I'm going to say. Steve Delaney, do you feel the writers wrote themselves into a corner with the nukes? I believe it is possible to survive after being in proximity to bombs. I mean, none of them really hit that close. But it's definitely going to be a challenge for them. I don't think they wrote themselves into a corner. But I do have to say, the fact that only Dakota died, really. And poor Rachel, that heartbreaking scene in the beginning. I mean, you would think with all the bombs coming down, somebody should have died. Other than, just those two. And, of course, Teddy. And Riley. But he totally messed up Wes's sentence by getting up and, going around. Biters really screw up your sentences. But I don't think they wrote themselves into a corner. I think it's going to be very interesting to see next season. The radioactive biters, I think, are going to be a thing that they need to keep an eye out for, because some of those biters are going to be radioactive and you don't want to get contaminated by them. So that's going to be it. But I know they're already working on Season 7, and I've talked to some people who are working on that stuff. And they basically said it's going to be pretty amazing. All right. Vivian says, I wonder if Dakota had second thoughts after seeing the nuke go off. Oops, maybe I made the wrong decision. I don't think she had many thoughts after seeing it go off. It might have been like, maybe, and then she was gone. There is no way she was thinking much after that. But I think she was kind of on the fence about accepting the forgiveness from John Dory Sr. and June, who suddenly decided to go all Canadian and forgive them so much. Forgive her for killing John. I don't forgive her for doing that. And I think, yes, it's sad that her life was wasted, but she did a lot of the wasting. So it's a hard fact of life, but she had to die. Now I wonder, she was fried. I wonder if she's going to tumble into ash, or if she's going to be a really pathetic biter. That I would love to know. System's ready. I hope they don't try to redeem Strand and they kill him if he tries to kill Morgan again. Morgan needs to clear. I'm thinking that's why I think Strand is going to be at least a villain of the next season. I do think Coleman does a great job as Strand. I think the character is a great character. I think he does reprehensible things. And I really don't think that they can take him back into the group, not after what he did. Not unless Morgan develops, radiation-induced amnesia. But, yeah, I think it's definitely going to be adversarial there. To the Water says, of course, now my dinner is ready. Gotta go. I'll try to watch the replay later. Thanks for stopping in, Julie. Enjoy your dinner. FBI, fun fact, the actor of Dakota is a TikToker. I'll have to see if I can find her TikTok. I'm sure she's wonderful in real life. Most of the people that I have met who have played real scumbags. Porch Dick Pete, played by Corey Brill. Corey Brill is one of the nicest guys you ever want to meet. But he played a wife-beating asshole. All right. So they said they did nuke testing in Nevada in the past, so theoretically a nuke could go off and not affect the whole country. Not the best idea, though. Haha. 10 nukes in the middle of the country. Yes, obviously they did testing. It really depends on the size of the nukes. So maybe it wouldn't affect Virginia, but it's Virginia the state, not Virginia who's already been put down by June, which took them long enough. But yeah, they definitely, the nukes exploding could, be restricted to that area. Teddy wanted to kill everybody, which I wonder where the other nukes were heading. But he only got out the first one, so. Now, there was something that someone said about maybe the nukes actually caused the satellite to fall in the main show. No. There's no way that the nuke would have gotten that high into orbit and caused a problem with that satellite. There's also some talk about all those people that Michonne, who sells me a penny, came across, were like getting away from the effects of the radiation, but that would be a long time. I mean, walking didn't take Dwight that long to get from the old show to Fear. I don't think it would take that long. I think they're running from something else. Jim says, hey, Fandom Spotlight, how's it going? Fellow Walking Dead reactor, hope all is good. Welcome, Jim. I don't know what channel you're on, but I hope you made it into the compilation. If not, we're going to actually probably talk about that too. I have taken over. Johnny Odell is unfortunately no longer with Skybound. He's got his own channel, so check it out. But because he's no longer with Skybound, whoever's taken over his position has not decided to continue with the reaction compilations. So I kind of took it upon myself to put them together and put them out there. And there's been some great response to that. So we may be doing some additional reactions before the Walking Dead comes back in August. Maybe some other shows. And we might also... we'll definitely be doing Walking Dead in August. But we might do some other reactions. You'll just have to wait and see. All right. Glory of the Dead says, will you be reacting to World Beyond Season 2? I haven't decided yet. I mean, I kind of feel bad that I didn't react to season 1, but the way it was happening is Fear and The World Beyond were happening at the same time. And unfortunately, there's only so many hours in the day to do reactions, and I put a lot of work into the reactions, backgrounds, props. Obviously, I have a little bit of an outfit here. By the way, this is my new governor coat. It's actually more accurate to what he wore. The lighter gray color was a result of the lighting and the camera work. So this is actually closer to the Billy Reed jacket from the show. But will I do season 2? I might. And I haven't totally decided yet. I find those kids annoying as hell. I'm surprised none of them died. And when you have like an ensemble cast like that, that's supposed to be everyone's so important, obviously they're not going with the, anyone can die type thing. But they're so inexperienced, they go out there, they don't even want to kill biters, and then none of them die. Just seems really weird. So the answer to that, Gloria, maybe. We'll see. FBI says, are you guys going to do more fan reactions? Because Skybound doesn't seem to do it anymore. Pretty much, Johnny on his channel is doing a lot with the Marvel stuff. You definitely should check him out and support him. Subscribe. He is an amazing editor when it comes to put together these compilations. So check out Johnny Odell's channel. And yes, we are still planning on doing some reactions ourselves, some reaction compilations. Like I said, definitely for Walking Dead. Maybe for some other shows. Again, a lot of what Fandom Spotlite does is con coverage, and cons are coming back. We're going to be at Terrificon. We're going to be at Steel City again. We hope to be at Awesome Con. So there's a lot of other stuff that's going to be going on during that time period. So Johnny will definitely be doing a lot of reactions. We'll be doing some compilations. Just stay tuned. You will see. But we definitely hope to put together all the ones for Season 11 of The Walking Dead. Now just keep in mind, I'm trying to get some more editors to help. And if we can do that, we might be able to get them out quicker, but I'm going to have to ask for your patience. Alright, System is rigged. Why did they make Morgan such a wuss? He doesn't kill people trying to kill him. He doesn't kill Teddy or Strand or Riley who tried to kill him. That pissed me off too. I mean, I don't know why he didn't kill Riley. If he didn't hold back, if he had killed Riley along with the rest of his men, who he had no trouble killing, if he had killed Riley, no nukes would have fell. That would have been it. But, that's, unfortunately, they decided they weren't going to kill Riley off, so the story happened. It was purely a writing decision. Morgan was killing everybody, and why he decided to spare Riley, it still would have been a tragedy with Grace's baby, with Athena. But at least he would have given them the key. They couldn't launch the missiles. Killing Riley would have solved a lot, because even if they got the keys, they don't know how to program it the way Riley does. So that one sparing of a life fucked everything up. So yeah, I hope that he learns his lesson. I don't know why he didn't kill Strand. I guess he figured they were all going to die anyway, so why bother? But yeah, I really... He didn't kill Teddy. I mean, I'm kind of glad. I had thought that John Doris Sr. was going to kill Teddy. But it was actually Dakota who did it, which is fine, because he was manipulating the shit out of her. The one redeeming thing that she did. Let's see. Matthew Smith says, I hope with the blast killing Dakota, then the shockwave came and it didn't blow her ashes away. That in season 7, you'll get an Ash Walker and see a burnt to a crisp to walk away. Yeah, that would be kind of neat. Um, the whole thing with Bitas is that they still generally can work. You know, they still have working parts. They can still walk. So I don't know how much a crispy walker is going to be able to walk if all the tendons are burnt away. All right. Someone who calls themselves the real governor says, I am the governor and I have a tank. Yeah, I had a tank too. Then fucking Daryl blew it up. Learn from my mistakes. That's what infantry is for. Galileo Wayne, Grace, haha, thanks, Governor. I really think they were far enough, but the radiation is going to be a problem for them. One last question. Would you like to see Daniel Salazar in World Beyond? I would see Daniel Salazar anywhere. He is an amazing guy. I would love to see Daniel Salazar. But the World Beyond, I mean, other than them schooling those kids, I don't know if the time lines up, if the timing of that show, that might be projected a little bit more into the future. I don't know if it can get confusing with the timelines. Hell, we have another governor here. It's definitely confusing with the timelines. Just watch Loki. But that's right, you're a variant. You know, I would love to see Daniel Salazar, you know, again. I want to know what the fuck happened to Skidmark. Where is Skidmark? I mean, I'm hoping, because there's a lot of people from the town, there were all the people from Morgantown, that's what I'm calling it, that weren't there by the sub. They must have ran somewhere. And I'm hoping that they have Skidmark with them. And Daniel decided that, no, we're bringing a dog and a baby. We're not going to bring a cat, too. You know, so... But yeah, I'm hoping to see Daniel elsewhere. I don't know if I want to see the show cross over with The World Beyond, and I don't know if it's even possible. But I would like to see more with CRM. All right, let's move it on. Matthew Smith, the nukes in real life go up into the satellite zone. That's where they split apart and adjust trajectory. Yeah, but still, we watched the satellite, this Russian satellite, go. So even if they go up that far, I don't think it would have affected the satellite. And the timing, again, is off. You know, this happened, you know, years. I don't think the timing works out. So I think that satellite just decayed in orbit as they are wont to do from time to time. Jim, actually, I'm not a reactor, but I'm a fan of The Walking Dead, and I've watched plenty of reactions from great people. Well, awesome, Jim. I mean, I'm sure you're reacting your own way when you're watching it. You just don't film it and put it out there for all of us to watch. So, but still glad to have you here. Jackie T. I think Teddy was trying to get back to Alicia to populate the new world. I really hope that Teddy was not thinking that Alicia was going to be a squeeze. And I'm really hoping, and I don't think he was, I don't think he was thinking of Dakota as the person who was going to repopulate the world with. I think that Teddy wants Alicia to, like, lead the people out. But I don't know that Teddy actually wanted himself to die. I think that's why he had that bunker. And he was going to go back, bring Dakota so they could launch more missiles. And then he would probably go back into the bunker and kill Dakota. Because after that, he wouldn't need her anymore. Portal Nerd. What are your thoughts on the upcoming Skybound X comics? I am very curious to see Rick Grimes with a lightsaber. I don't really like Rick. He's a prick. You know, I'm kind of disappointed he didn't die. And, but still, him battling Negan using lightsabers, I'm looking forward to that. Real Governor said to Jackie Lee, you don't mean they do the thing. Okay. She wouldn't let him, though. All right, I'm going to leave you guys to talk about that. Zombie Chick says, thank you for including me in your fan reaction video. Thank you for making them. You know, it's great to see other reactors out there. And everyone has their own style in reacting. So I'm glad to mix up those styles. So you're quite welcome. This is probably the longest name of a channel. Says, hello, nice people. So, yeah, it took me longer to read the name than what was actually typed. Sentinel Randy, appreciate you, man. Keep up the amazing content, and thanks for all you do. You're quite welcome. Thanks for watching, and everyone who watches and shares and, you know, supports the channel enables us to do, you know, even more. So, by all means, we really appreciate you watching. And again, we're going to have some really cool stuff coming starting this August. So there will be some neat changes. I hope you really like them. If not, we can always switch back. But I think you will. No Kidding says hello. Hello. They should have made the governor the main character in Fear the Walking Dead. Well, you know, it's a little difficult. Because, you know, that backstab of Michonne, and then Lily shot me in the head, you know. Maybe I should just stick to, like, you know, Tinders. You know, just, you know, a little Netflix and chill and not try to have relationships with people. Because then they ended up, you know, Andrea betrayed me, Lily shot me in the head. But it's difficult to be a main character. But I am hoping they are doing some kind of spin-offs. Maybe I'll be back in a Rise of the Governor series, or maybe they'll, in the Tales of the Walking Dead, maybe they'll feature me back, you know, just, you know, maybe a little bit of a prequel. So, and if they do, you gotta let AMC know that Captain Kyle guy, he would be really good playing my brother. Michelle Lathan, the showrunner, said that Skidmark is alive and well. I'm glad to hear that. I actually have 5 cats in this house, so I'm very much a fan of cats. I like dogs too. I do love dogs, but I travel way too much and kill too many people. I mean, I travel way too much to have dogs around. So Kirsten Widman said she was wondering where is Skidmark, but Michelle just said, showrunner says he's alive and well. Portal Nerd says, do you think the show should go back to the LA area? Well, that would be interesting. I mean, LA is near a desert. They're practically in the desert now. It would make sense for them to move away from the radiated areas and maybe establish something new there. But then who knows what's moved into LA in the meantime. So they could maybe move. I'd like to see what Vegas looks like. I know it might not fit into the budget, but reinvade Vegas, clear the biters out, and, you know, I'd love to see that. I mean, the biters are probably pretty dry at this point, but I would love to see at least a trip to Vegas, you know? Maybe a boys or a girls night out. That would be cool. But going back to LA, I mean, it makes sense for them to move somewhere. And Morgan at one point was like, hey, let's all go back to Alexandria. But I don't know that that's going to happen, because obviously that series is coming to a close. And it didn't happen because they're way ahead in time. So, yeah, but I do think that they should go somewhere. No Kidding says, is there a chance that the Russian astronaut who talked to Victor Strand on that satellite in S10? Not sure. I don't actually recall the Russian astronaut. And I will admit something. I haven't watched every single episode of Fear the Walking Dead. I need to go back and watch it. I've watched all of season 1. I watched part of season 4. I saw Nick get offed. And then season 5 was starting, and I watched that, and I was very sorry about it. And then season 6 happened. After season 5, I couldn't make myself watch another episode for a while. But then season 6 happened, and it was good. So I have to go back and fill in. So I'm not sure. But whoever that Russian astronaut is, I wonder if on the International Space Station, if they were just watching this happen, and then did the virus get up there, or were they like, miss it? Jim says, thanks to be honest, Governor was my favorite villain. Thank you very much. Though I was never a villain, I was the hero of my story. And to be honest, I reckon the show would have been a hell of a lot different if the governor had his revenge by gutting Michonne with her own sword. It would have taken a lot longer than just gutting Michonne with her own sword. Did you see that, Chair? I was going to spend days. But that would have been much different. Of course, it would also have been different if I had listened to Rick and said, all right, we'll all live in the prison together. And that would have been different. All right. No kidding. Did you play TW game? You'll see Herschel and Glenn and Jesus. I have not played the TW game. I must admit that I'm a little too busy making videos for you folk to spend any time playing the game. But and I still feel a little bit bad about killing Santa Claus, Herschel. Because looking back, with 2020 hindsight with one eye, maybe not my best move. Cling616 says, oh dang, where's Skidmark? We were just talking, and apparently the showrunner said he's alive and well. Blurry Face says, in your pants. Well, that's, I think, a different kind of Skidmark. Galileo Wayne, I hate to the timeline of TW Universe. A video talking about that would be gorgeous to me. We love you here in Ecuador. Well, again, thank you so much. Maybe I'll visit Ecuador one day, but I'd only half see it. Here's the thing, figuring out the timeline. I'll probably have to go back and figure out where all the time jumps went and exactly where things are. And maybe we can figure out where everyone is on the timelines, and maybe one day they'll sync up. I would love to see Negan run into Victor and school him on what being a selfish prick is like, and but who knows? Chatty McBatface, I've after his Here's Negan episode, I'm not nearly as hating of the guy. All right. No kidding. The first time I saw you, I thought you were David Morrissey. David is an awesome guy. I've met him. I've interviewed him several times. If you check the Fandom Spotlite channel, we have a couple interviews with him. He also was kind enough to participate in my very scientific survey of who was better, the governor or Negan. He was in that video. And he's actually referred to me as his doppelganger. And I got to get rid of a little bit of weight, as some people have noted in the chats or in the comments. But, I bear quite the resemblance. In fact, a Chicago newspaper saw me on top of an RV at a Walker Stalker with the gentleman who played Martinez. And they actually put in the paper that David Morrissey was on top. It was pretty amazing. But yes, I have gotten confused with David. I don't know if he's gotten confused with me. I've also put on his Jackson Lake outfit from Doctor Who. So that was a hoot. Mallory Schroeder says, thank you for giving us the reactor compilations. Again, I knew the story with Johnny. I knew he wasn't going to be doing them At least not. He might actually do The Walking Dead come, August as well on his channel, but I figured he wasn't going to be doing Fear, and they didn't seem to be doing it at Skybound, so I just figured I would do it. And I started with episode 14, and everyone was like, great, where's episode 13? Come on, people. Sheesh. But I gave you episode 13, 15, and 16. I went in the right order after that. And I'm glad people appreciate them. So, and if you can share those with your friends, that's awesome. The more, the better. Holy shit, 42 minutes already for this thing. All right, Sniper Bob, 235. It would be cool if they went up to Canada. That would be something. I would imagine that being in Alaska or Canada, if you went far enough north, or if you lived on a snowy mountain, you wouldn't have too much trouble with the biters, as we saw in that one TWD episode where the kingdom was going through and smashing up biters. That would be fun. Kirsten says it would be fun to see a Midwestern version. Maybe. I'd actually like to see what's happening in other countries. Ecuador, what's happening in Ecuador with the dead rising and all these biters roaming about? What's happening in Australia? Where you could die because they have so many friggin' deadly things there. And then there's New Zealand, where there's no deadly things. What's happening in there? I'd love to have someone like, maybe in the Tales from the Walking Dead, maybe we'll visit these other locations and see what's happening. That would be really cool. Blurry face, no kidding, he's dead. If you're talking about me, it's true. But luckily, AMC Plus, service is hell. All right. Barely says season 7 of Fear the Walking Dead death predictions. I think Strand is likely to become a villain, and by the end of that season, I don't think they're going to redeem him. I think he either needs to die or be banished. So, Strand, definitely, I think he will go. I think John Dory Sr. will probably die saving June, and then she'll have another John on her conscience. Let's see, who else? Luciana's kind of underused, but, she has this bond with Daniel. I'm hoping she doesn't go. Charlie, she shot Riley, so I'm not as mad at her anymore for Nick. I mean, she still killed Nick, but she was a messed up kid, but not so far gone as Dakota. So maybe one day I will forgive her. Wes, I mean, the actor's great. The character's kind of useless. He stops during a nuclear assault to spray paint a message. Really? He could go, I wouldn't cry. All right. Yeah, I don't want to make too many predictions, but I think we'll see some more death. All right. Let's see. No kidding says I would watch a whole show about the governor. He's my favorite character. Rick is the villain. He shouldn't have left the prison. He should have left the prison and handed Michonne over. Exactly. I think Rick should have done what I told him to do. Everything would have been fine. But that's the thing. If you watched Here's Negan, watching his story, watching him as he becomes the Negan who forms the Saviors, he appears to be the hero of the tale. If you had followed me from the beginning, I'd be the hero of the tale. A lot of people are like, oh, but Rick is a better guy. Did you see what he did to Porch Stick Pete? Did you see him and Morgan lie to these saviors and say, yeah, we'll help you, we'll welcome you in, and then they turn around and kill them all? Rick has done some reprehensible things in defense of his people. Perhaps I have gone and done some things that might be considered reprehensible in defense of my people. And if you're going to bring up that National Guard thing, let me just say, I've had experience with the National Guard before. They actually ran Woodbury before I took it from them, and they were abusing their power. It was horrible, the things they were doing. So, yeah, don't be too concerned about the National Guard and me killing those innocent soldiers, because they wouldn't have been innocent for long. All right. Senator Mr. Governor, please drink your water. Stay hydrated. Do you actually think I'm drinking water? Good stuff. All right. But I appreciate the concern. Sup, Captain? What it do? From Ivory Austin. We do TWD, dude. So, we're just having some fun here. Vivian says, I love the governor. What a great villain actor, and great looking too. I don't know if you're talking about me or David, or both. But on his behalf, if it's for him, he thanks you for the compliment. If it's for me, I also thank you. If it's for both, we both thank you. Blurryface, I was talking about the astronaut. Again, I'm not sure what you mean with the astronaut. I don't recall. Barra Canada, Alberta would be a cool setting for a TWD, FTWD, TWB, World Beyond, Tales. Again, Tales from the Walking Dead, I'm not sure what they're planning on there. Some say they might be exploring some tales. Maybe we get to see Glenn delivering pizza before the end. Maybe we'll get to see someone up in Alberta, or, Vancouver would probably be real easy. And what happened there during the apocalypse? They're probably all going around, stabbing biters in the head, saying, sorry, sorry, sorry. That's probably the whole Canadian thing. That'd be, sorry, The Walking Dead. Well, Walking Dead, the sorry beyond. Something like that. Sniper Bob 235 said it would be nice if they didn't kill Strand because he is an OG. Yes, I agree. I mean, he's been with us since season 1. Not season 1, episode 1, but season 1. And he is an integral part of the group. But, I mean, really, do you think that they can take him back after he tried to kill Morgan, after he shoved Morgan, which I still don't understand how he survived that situation. But he tried to kill Morgan, and he failed, and everyone knows that he tried to kill Morgan, thanks to Dakota. Another good thing she did. So she wasn't totally bad. Yeah, what can they do with Strand at this point? All right. Sentinel Randy, AMC should create a TWD Universe What If series. And actually, this was an idea that might... Fandom Spotlite, if you look it up, had something called a bunch of commercials for the TARDIS Express. If you're familiar with the TARDIS, time travel, Doctor Who. And I actually wanted to do an episode, it never came to fruition, where a TARDIS Express delivery person showed up to give a letter to the governor right before he cut Herschel's head off. And he reads it and it says, oh, if you do this, you're going to get stabbed in the back, shot in the head, all this. And he's like, all right, Rick, maybe we'll try it your way. So that'd be cool to see what ifs. And maybe they could do something with lightsabers and bring back Rick Grimes. That would be cool. Bring that Skybound X into the show. Wayne, what was your favorite episode of this season? I mean, that's tough. I did enjoy the one with Alicia finding out that all of her old friends from the arena were shit. But at the same time, I really liked John Dory returning. I know some people like he's a deadbeat dad, which he is. But I really liked that whole dynamic. And I have to say, it was a great episode, but I hated what happened in it. Episode 8 of the season, where John died. I was devastated. John was so awesome. It was so heartbreaking to see him become a biter. Anyways, yeah, it was just a really good, season overall. Really hard to say. I mean, I did like the bounty hunter. The bounty hunter was cool. Don't ask me to pick. It's like trying to ask me what cat I like the best. All right. Gonna Penager, I watch every single video with you in it. Well, thank you so much. I hope to have many more for you to watch. Farah, I think TWD villain is about the governor. Maybe we'll get some backstory on how he loses his daughter and became the man he is. I actually have a great, taking things from Jay Banansinga's books. If you haven't read Rise of the Governor by Jay Banansinga, grab that book. Really good, but it's more based on the comic book version. Who I'm glad I'm not that version, because damn, what he and Michonne, no. But I have an idea on how that could happen and how that Captain Kyle guy could appear in the series and be an integral part there. Farah, the astronaut that Victor Strand talks to on the Abigail in season 3. I have to admit something. I haven't seen season 3, but if you talk to an astronaut up there, I don't know what befell that astronaut, but I'm sure he wasn't on that satellite, or at least by the time it hit the ground. Gunnar Prelinger, why did I kill Herschel? It seemed to be the thing to do at the time. I'm not saying that if I had to go back and do it again, maybe I wouldn't. But I've got issues. I admit it. And therapists are hard to come by, during the apocalypse. So it seemed like a strategy thing to threaten him. And then, I get mad sometimes. Rick pisses me off. That's why. All right. No kidding. I don't see anything wrong with keeping heads in fish bowls or fish tanks. Yeah, everyone needs a hobby. There's not a lot of TV. And, well, people don't understand. The reason I did it is so that looking at these dead heads and, the horror of it basically made me immune. So there's no way I would run into a biter and be like, oh, shit, look at that head. I'd seen worse. So I could take care of business. Lisa Bernthal. Any relation to John? Are there any TWD characters you have really had enough of? Well, Sherry has come this close. Or are we talking the main show? The main show, Daryl's kind of pissed me off, but he's not going away. They're going to have a new spin-off series. He's not going anywhere. So, in that show, I mean, Magda, she needs to go. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them. I think the reason they're doing this spin-off, they're keeping the whole world alive, but there's just concentrating on Daryl and Carol, is there are too many people in the show. And some of them are great. But some of them, I don't really care about. Yumiko. Princess is fun. But there's a lot that it's just like, You know, I would probably keep Luke around. He could be entertaining, but yeah, there's a few I just... Yeah, there's a lot. I'll email you a list. Type of ball. I miss Travis very much, and would be great if they did that magic and brought him back. I didn't see him die, so I don't know if that's possible. It's like Nick, I saw him die. I know he's not coming back. Travis, I thought he was weak. I thought he was, you know, he didn't do what needed to be done. And he just annoyed me in the first season. And I don't know if he got any better. So, but we all have our thoughts. Herschel says, hello, Governor. Do you remember me? Of course I remember you. I have your head downstairs. So, yeah, it's good to see you back in one piece. Mad Geo Hero feels like anytime there's unknown third-party character that's mentioned, everyone thinks it's Madison. A lot of people want Madison to come back. There was no actual sight of her dying, apparently. And, you know, I don't know. Bringing her back would definitely mess up the dynamic. We already had a power struggle between Morgan and Victor. There would have been some kind of power struggle between Alicia and Morgan, only Alicia decided she'd rather paint trees. Bringing Madison back might cause some conflict, which might be good. So, but a lot of people want her back. I'm like, we'll see. I'm not against it. I'm not for it. If she comes back, she's back. I remember she wasn't the best in season 1, but she did pull things together at the stadium. You know, she did sacrifice herself, which made Alicia almost do the same thing. So, I don't know. It's, everyone wants her back. Xmas Girl 304. Hello, Governor. First time joining you. Where's your cat? I have 5 of those motherfucking felines. And they're all awesome. And they're all locked out of this room at the moment. So I'm sorry. And if one might come in if the door was open. I'm sorry. I'm hoping to get them more involved next season. But we'll see. Maybe the changes that we make will induce them. But yeah, definitely tune in for season 11 reactions. Something wild's going to happen. Alright, Galileo says, in my opinion, the best episode was number 4. Love John Dory and his short but cool fight with Strand. Yeah, absolutely. You know, that was so long ago, but that whole situation with, obviously John Dory was wiping the floor with Strand. And, you know, he's definitely, John Dory brought a certain something, a certain honor to it that I think has gone away. Xmas Girl 304, I've always said the Governor's the best villain. Alpha next, and then Negan. I mean, Alpha next, and then, I don't know, Gareth, Mary, Joe and his claimers, then Negan, maybe? Nah, like I said, I don't hate Chatty McFatface quite as much as I used to, but we still have our issues. Mad Geo Hero says, wish we got more Alicia. Yeah. I mean, from what I understand, the actress was a little concerned about COVID, and that's why she had limited time on the show. And hopefully next season we'll see a lot more of her as they rescue her from that bunker, or maybe move in. You know, it might be the safest place for them to go. Herschel says we have internet in the afterlife. Damn right. You know, there are some perks. You know, even you're probably up there in the penthouse. I'm down in the basement, but we still got good Wi-Fi down here. All right. Since Girl 304, do you wish that the show would sell closer to the comic? For instance, the Governor's Arc. Have you read the comic? Have you seen what happens to me in the comic? I'm good. Herschel says, I think after TWD ends, it would be cool if we see Negan and Fear the Walking Dead. It is possible that some more characters will travel over to that show. I think they would have to do a time jump, but it could happen. And that could... and just because the new show is going to focus on Daryl and Carol doesn't mean we might not occasionally see somebody else. But, you know, some of them might want to move on to other projects. Ross might want to be the Red Skull again, you know, so we'll have to see. Lisa Bernthal, the name of Daryl's series should be He's Not Going Anywhere, LOL. Or The Walking Dead, if he dies, we riot. That could work. Maggio here, really wish World Beyond didn't exist. I don't hate its existence, I just wish they had done it better. The kids are a little bit annoying. Xmas Girl 304, do you want Madison to return? I kind of mentioned that before. Be okay. I think it would cause complications with Morgan and his attempted leadership. But maybe Morgan doesn't want to lead anymore. You know, he's been leading and trying to build things, and it's all gotten fucked up. So maybe Madison coming, be like, here, you take over. But we'll find out. What do you say to Dwight if you join the Saviors? Gunner, I'm not quite sure what you're saying. If you join to Save Us, is that some club that uses coupons? I would say we got to get you a plastic surgeon. Lisa Bernthal, if you had seen season 2 and 3, Travis became a badass. I will take your word until I watch it, and then I will make my own decision. But for now, I'll take your word for it. Sniper Bob 235, Chris made my brain go numb. Yeah, Chris was a waste. A lot of them were wastes. All right. Let's see. We got a lot here. And it's actually been an hour and 5 minutes. So I'm going to try to rush through the rest of these. And try to get any comments. Deal with all the comments. But then I'm afraid I'm going to have to go. But please, by all means, tune in August. Watch some of the other videos. Rewatch some of the reactions. Rewatch some of the specials. But we do have something very, very fun planned for when reactions start up again. Plus, check out, if you haven't already, the panel with me and some other reactors. And we have Michonne, who likes Michonne way too much. We have Jazz from Wizard World. We have Mama Deadhead. And we've had the Underdog on. We've had a lot of great people. We've had a group of gamers. Seska Says. And we're planning next season to have more. So it'll be great. But let's see. Let me try to do a speed round here. I feel like the Madison thing is over. I wish we could just move on. I hear you. It gets a little tired, but bring this person back. Renjay says, I wish Teddy got more time. He was a great villain. John Glover is an awesome actor. And, you know, even though I got him in trouble with Warner Brothers once. But, yeah, he's a great guy. And, yeah, it would have been nice, but he kind of did what he aimed to do. Though I don't think he aimed to get bullets in him. P set up some landmine. This is Joe Jose. Some landmine outside your compound that'll sub little fucker front towards the enemy. Yeah. That'll stop him definitely. I have this whole thing where I talk about how I would have defeated the Horde from the Whisperers. You should check that out. Herschel says, I hope you're treating my head good. Absolutely. It's the best ashtray I have in the house. Sniper Bob 235, we need more cannibals, honestly. Alright. Need a little help there, Sniper. But I'm surprised we haven't found more. We need more nukes launched. One warhead is not enough. What are you on Teddy's side here? Sniper Bob, we need war. Well, as long as it's not all out war with, saviors. That was boring shit. Breaking Bad, what happened to those kids they found in Fear? They never made an appearance in season 6. They appeared, they were at whatever the hell they called, where the things, the oil town. Anyway, they were there, briefly, but yeah, I'm wondering what happened to them. They were such a big deal that they brought them back in season 5, and then they're gone. Anybody, and what is this about? I don't know. We've been talking a lot about Fear, and a little bit about Walking Dead, and a little bit about The World Beyond. And we'll have to see what happens there. We're almost done. My senior citizen, G16, got attacked by a wild animal. It's from Xmas Girl 304. Thankfully, we found her, but she was tore up. Lots of treatment, $700. She's on the mend. I'm very, very happy that she's on the mend. That is horrible. My senior citizen's 15, and so far, we got to give him meds and everything. But I'm glad to hear that she's on the mend. Galileo, it would be a pleasure to have you here in Ecuador. We have really good food, nice places. Don't bring your tag with you. Well, how am I supposed to get there? Yeah, I probably won't bring my tank. Herschel, if you didn't chop my head, we would have made a good collab. Yeah, and you would have kicked my ass in golf. Kirsten says, in my opinion, the surprise reappearance they want from Madison usually only works for several episodes, give or take. I think it would really have to be epic for Madison to return. But a lot of people thought she was one who saved Morgan, and I still don't buy Takeda. Cicada. I don't buy that Dakota could lift him and move him around by herself. She's like, she had to have help. But maybe Madison helped her, and then Madison moved on, and she just didn't give her any credit. D'Angelo says, you think the Commonwealth story would be a lot bigger in TWD show than the comic version? I don't know. We only have 24 episodes to go over the Commonwealth, so I think they're going to try to make it as big as they can. Connor says, no, I meant to say saviors. We had a big discussion. In fact, if you talk to David Morrissey, he says if he joined the Saviors, he would only do it to get in good with Negan and then take over. So he probably would have been like, he might not have been so forgiving of Dwight. Jesus Christ is here. God damn. Look how the governor turned into a peaceful man reacting and reading comments. Well, when you're stuck in hell. Twisty, I'd like to see Negan save Rick in the movies. Are they going to become best friends? That would be interesting. Xmas Girl 304 is Skybound. Still going to do the reactions. I love your commentary with your reactions. Skybound, Johnny Odell. Unfortunately, he's no longer with Skybound. He started his own channel. but he's not doing Walking Dead reactions at this time. He's doing a lot of Marvel ones. Check him out, Johnny Odell. Subscribe to his channel. Watch his stuff. It's great. In the meantime, Skybound, I don't believe at this time has decided to do reactions again. They might change their mind by the time the main show comes back. But in the meantime, Fandom Spotlight is happy to do what we can to fill that need. So if you haven't checked out the full compilations that we put out, please do. You can also, if you want to support the channel, we do have a Patreon. And we post very rarely on there. But we're hoping by the end of the year to start posting some risque stuff, but more for the Supernatural fans. We'll see. But if you just want to support the channel, we do have a Patreon, patreon.com/fandomspotlight. You can always super chat. You can always, if you want to help us out, great. But all the help that we need really is just keep watching. That'd be awesome. All right. Kind of says, do you want to come back? Come back where? I don't think in the show I could come back, but I do want to appear in a prequel. That'd be nice. Tefner, good evening, Governor. I really enjoyed the Fear finale discussion on Wizard World. What a great season, absolutely. Dakota got nuked all as well. I agree. She was too far gone. All right. We're going to try to rush through the rest of these, and then we're going to get off of this so I can go drink some more. Jesus Christ, you would fit perfectly to play the governor's brother/cousin. That's what I told David. But there's actually a video with my first interaction with him ever, which was at a panel. And I asked him if he would come back and reprise his role as the governor, like in a prequel. And if he did, if he would recommend that they audition me for the part of his brother. And I don't know. If they do a prequel and I don't get to audition, at least, there's going to be an issue. All right. Maxi Argentina says, El Gabardador. That's me, I guess. Sniper Bob says, we need Daryl to be gay. I don't think that'd make much of a difference. I mean, I don't care if he's gay, bi, straight, whatever. I mean, he seemed to have this thing going on with Leah. But, he also seemed a little bit attracted to doing a threesome with Ross and Aaron. So, he could be... I don't think Merle would approve, though. Merle seems the type to not really approve. Blaine 300 says, no thanks. Marion Blue, just saying hi, love your content. Thank you, Marion. Keep watching, I appreciate it. Max Argentina, I know don't speak English, but I like the governor. Well, gracias. No habla español, but, I really appreciate that you like me. Dakota LOL. Let's see. We're moving quickly. I love The Walking Dead. That's from Ali. Awesome. And Mary Blue says, no, she didn't haul Morgan up a ladder into that thing he was staying in. Absolutely not. He needed help. Chris Girl says, Skyman is less an amazing guy. Love Johnny Odell. Johnny, great guy. We had him on some of the reactor panels. And, definitely... him no longer being with Skybound is lessening Skybound. But definitely check out his channel. Chitwitsi, I love your content. Thank you. Christopher Krill, I believe you just subbed to Johnny, which is great. I hope you also subbed to Fandom Spotlight. And you would love to see Rise of the Governor. Me too. Kirsten says, I would say every live chat participates and stay metal, rock on, and be happy. We will try. Jesus says someday we'll spend Taco Tuesdays together. You got to get me out of hell first. Tiffany Sullivan, Daryl Threesome, LOL, that's a mid-season finale for sure. That would be something. Snow Rob says we need Glenn to have a backstory. That would be nice. He does kind of have a backstory as a delivery guy. And Ali, is it Malay? Sorry. Ali says just TWD, hard eyes. Yes, absolutely. I'm looking forward to more TWD. For season 11, it looks like they're trying to return to some roots. And I think after season 7 and 8, TWD definitely went uphill. And I'm hoping it still continues to do that. And Fear has now on an upslope. Who knows? Maybe they can fix the world beyond. I'm not holding my breath, though. But thanks, everyone. Jesus wants me to bring Herschel's head with me to Taco Tuesdays so it can chomp on some, too. Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for showing up for this live stream, the State of the Dead address. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Check out Johnny Odell's channel. Subscribe to his. If you can follow us on Facebook, you can check out our website, fandomspotlight.com. If you want to throw a little support our way on Patreon, it's patreon.com, Fandom Spotlight. All the things. Thank you so much. We couldn't do what we do without you doing what you do, which is watching and appreciating. And you keep us going. So bye, people. I got a final question here I want to answer. If I'm going to react to Black Summer, I have no plans to do so right now. And why is my camera suddenly fuzzy? Hopefully it will come back in. I have no plans, there we go, to react to Black Summer right now. It's a thought, but again, we have a lot of cons coming up, a lot of other videos that we need to do. That if I reacting to more than one series at a time can be difficult. Plus, now we're doing the compilations, so I'm not ruling it out, but I don't have plans at this time to do it. All right, people, thanks so much for tuning in. We will see you next time, and stay cool. Governor, out.